Listen, fairness.
Fairness? With this lot? They lost their right to fairness when they broke the law.
You make it sound as if their crimes are all premeditated and callous.
They wouldn't be here otherwise.
Look, I'm not disputing their guilt. I don't think it's as black and white as you obviously think it is.
Yes, and what happens when we loosen up? You've suffered because of their pranks.
Well, it's just what they are. Pranks. That's what happens when you lock people up together. It's part of our job. We have to cope with that.
And if those pranks get out of hand?
Well, if we're fair with the women, that shouldn't happen. I know sometimes things do go overboard, like that letter business, for example. Mrs. Davidson thinks it was one of the officers. That's impossible. Sure, it was one of the women. And I'll be right there dealing out the punishment when the person is caught. I think it was malicious and unfair.
Well, I just think you're too easy on them, that's all.
Maybe I am. But it's better than the other extreme. Hello, Mrs. Morris speaking. Yes. Yes, of course. Fine. That was Mrs. Davidson. She wants a cell search first thing in the morning.
Oh, right. I'm just going down to reception. But I'll be back before we start our rounds. Yeah, I just wish there was another way out for B.
There is. Months, maybe years, dependent on a bloody machine.
I don't mean that. I mean, I just wish there was something we could do now.
All right, what would you do?
Well, I don't know, do I? I'm just saying.
I know. And I'd do it if I was as close to her as Doreen makes out to be.
Well, it's easy for you to say now.
No, I would.
Leave her alone.
Isn't she B's mate? You told me you three were like that.
We are. Just leave her alone. It's a hell of a decision to have to make.
No, Ju. Sandy's right. I have been an awful friend to B. Well, she needn't worry anymore. Because I've made up my mind. I'm going to do it.
Good on you, love. I'm proud of you.
Yeah, we all are.
I'm bloody scared, but...
I want to see you, Edwards. Come with me.
How could you refuse an offer like that?
What was that?
I said yes, Mrs. Power. Straight away, Mrs. Power.
Mr. Edgar, how nice to see you.
Doctor?
I'm afraid you'll have to change that to Mrs. Peterson soon. Well, this is rather an unexpected visit.
Yes, there are one or two things I want to talk about with you. How are you settling in?
Fine. Though, like anything, it takes a little while to get used to.
Made any friends?
Hardly the word to use in a place like this. No one does you any favors.
I see. What I meant was, is there anything that I can do for you?
You mean like arranging visits from social workers, a magazine subscription, or getting me out of here?
No, I meant...
What about my appeal, David?
These things don't happen overnight.
Now, just a minute. You have been the family lawyer for as long as I can remember. I am part of that family, David. A family you have a duty to.
All right, all right. I didn't say that I'd been ignoring you. And I'm well aware of my duty. You don't need to remind me.
I'm sure you didn't come here to pass the time of day. If you have something to discuss, let me hear it.
Well, it's rather a difficult matter.
I'm sure it is, otherwise you wouldn't be here.
As your lawyer, I can't be expected to serve your interests unless you tell me everything. Appeals aren't to be taken lightly, nor are they easy.
I'm well aware of that. If it were easy, I wouldn't need you.
Have you been perfectly honest with me?
I'm not stupid, David. I wouldn't jeopardize my freedom by lying to you.
It's not so much a matter of lying as of not telling me everything.
You really do have the uncanny knack of making me very angry.
Look, all I'm doing is giving you a chance to tell me the whole truth.
David, you obviously have something on your mind, so would you stop this legal runaround and tell me what it is?
Well, I've discovered some rather interesting facts.
I hope you can put them to good use.
They may be best left well alone.
Go on.
In the course of my investigations, I came across your account books. And in particular, some rather large discrepancies.
And?
As you say, I'm your family lawyer. And my duty may be compromised by delving too deep. But if I did, I could well come up with the real reason you murdered your friend.
Is that a professional opinion?
No, it's a personal one.
Good. Well, let's keep it that way.
Tomorrow morning, there's going to be a cell search. Now, look, I'm not telling you this to do you any favors. I just want you to make sure that that letter is safe. Because if it gets into the wrong hands, your life will be anything but sweet.
Bit worried, are you?
Just you make sure that letter is not found.
Don't worry, it's perfectly safe.
How safe? Where is it? Shut up. Shut up.
He used to give me roses. I wish he could again. But that was on the outside, and things were different then. On the inside, the sun still shines, and the rain falls down. But the sun and rain are prisoners too when morning comes around. Last night I dreamed we were together, sharing